Okay, y'all, we are on the floor in my closet. Never mind any of the background. It is bedtime, and no better way to get ready for bedtime than to talk about PajamaGate. Now, have you heard about it? If you haven't heard about it, I'm going to go ahead and let you watch these videos. I'm going to get a little bit more cozy in my pajamas and choose a perfume of the evening, and then I will talk to you at the end.
Okay, so let me get this straight, because I only learned who these pajama ladies were about like a day ago. Y'all are paying $98 for a material made out of 93% rayon and 7% spandex that they say in the description is prone to shrinking. And then you're still buying them from these women, okay? They lowered it to $72, but the shirts are comfort colors. And then to make it even worse, you're saying that this person messaged another creator, canceled their order because they said that they're purposely going to leave a bad review because they wanted to review the pajamas that cost $98. I don't know who these two ladies are, but they're literally running their business to the ground, like expeditiously. Like, I've never seen anything like it. First of all, it's a scamiana. It's all a scamiana. Those are not worth $98. They're going to be very itchy. Maybe it's for clout that people want to buy them, but they are not worth it, because that product is not it, especially if you're spending $100 on one pajama set, which I don't understand. And I heard that they lowered it to $72, but it's still not worth that much.
Besties, y'all ready for some piping hot tea? If you haven't looked up the PajamaGate or Pajama Drama, oh my gosh, this new company, I'm gonna give you the cliff notes right now. So this new company, they just started from two influencers, Samantha Bauchmann and Cecily. And just to give a little further context, these are the ladies in question. So these two right here, this is the pajama brand that they just launched and started. The $98 pajamas are now $75. But yes, so Samantha Bauchmann is the one that I'm referring to. They started this pajama company and they launched their first release, $98 pajamas per set. So people were understandably upset and there was a backlash. So then they came out and they said, okay, well, we've lowered them to $75. So fast forward, Gabby Egan, she's a creator on here. She had a tie-dye company, or still does. I'm not 100% sure, but she had been talking about starting her own pajama line, and she's been doing research. She's been in talks with manufacturers. She wanted them to be bamboo, but they're extremely expensive to make, so there's not a lot of profit margin unless you're going to be charging high prices like that. And they're considered a luxury brand at that point. So she was asking for other options besides that, and they offered her rayon and spandex. So she goes, checks out the pajama quality of this $98 pair, and sure enough, it's rayon and spandex, the same thing her manufacturer offered to her as a cheaper alternative to bamboo. So she goes, and at that profit margins, I would have to charge, or I would be charging way less than even the $75 price that they did. So she goes, you know what? I'm going to order these, and I just want to check out the quality. She wasn't doing it to slander them, defamation, any of that. She just wanted to give her opinion, and her opinion probably still would have been, yeah, the pajamas are way overpriced, which is just an opinion. It's not defamation, whatever. So then Samantha Bauchmann, I don't know who it was, I'm guessing it's the Samantha Bauchmann one, she canceled her order. The pajama company, these two influencers, canceled her order and were like, we do not think that you are going to say nice things about our brand, and you're just gonna, blah, 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 slander our company and yada, yada, yada. So then Gabby gets on, she's like, you think I can't order these under a different name? She goes, I can get them ordered to a different state, baby. Let's go. I will get my hands on these pajamas. So funny. I love Gabby. But yeah, so they canceled her order. Not only that, but they DM'd her and they to further explain why they did that. And they said it was because she went on Reddit and said that she was going to say a bad review no matter what, which she never did. Can you believe that? For a brand new company, like, you're doing everything in your power to bury your company before it even starts. Like, as a former business owner, I feel like I can talk about this. I would never have acted that way. Never have left comments on social media that people can screenshot and say, yep, I did cancel that, blah, blah, blah. That's just crazy, girl. You guys have to look into this drama. It's so good.
Imagine if Cecily and Samantha had just done it right from the beginning. Imagine if the quality of the materials was 100% organic cotton, bamboo, satin. Imagine if they had made two-piece sets for the whole family. Maybe they made unisex sets. Imagine no footed pajamas outside of the infants. Imagine if they were a fair price and it made people want to buy them based off the quality that they claim to have. Imagine if they had chosen better prints for Christmas. Imagine if they made more than just Christmas prints, so that way if people wanted to buy pajamas, they could have actually bought pajamas for a Christmas present and not just pajamas to wear for Christmas, which is such a short time frame. Imagine they didn't expect to get a profit, especially within the first year of starting a new business. Imagine they had a decent return policy. Imagine they had proofread the entire website. Imagine that they had added a size guide to ensure that their customers were going to get the right size in these expensive pajamas. Imagine Cecily didn't start the She Deserves the Purse trend just to turn around a month later and launch this extremely expensive Christmas pajama brand with her sister, telling those parents, hey, you guys can afford these pajamas if you use Shop Pay. Imagine if they didn't block so many people after they launched it just for questioning why they were so expensive. Imagine if they thought to unwrinkle each item before taking professional photography photos. Imagine if they actually thought the quality was there and they weren't just trying to gaslight everybody into believing that they are, because we have literal eyeballs and we can see that the quality is not it. Imagine if they came out with truly high quality Christmas pajamas for the family. Imagine if they had truly given their fans beautiful, amazing Christmas pajamas that were affordable for all walks of life. Imagine what that would have done for them. But I guess we'll never know.
I'm seeing so many videos coming across my FYP about the whole PajamaGate with Cecily and Samantha, who I've never heard of Samantha before this, and I knew about Cecily, and I'm not a huge fan, but I also don't care enough still. I'm just a glutton for correctness and justice. And there's a lot of people saying you guys are being so dramatic. If you can't afford the pajamas, just move on. There's lots of things we can't afford and we don't. Yeah, but that's not what this is about. I definitely think the point has gone right over so many people's heads, because it's not really about not being able to afford the pajamas. It's the principle of it all. It's about it being blatantly unethical to sell the way she's selling. There was that girl who literally works in this industry and does this for her job, who was on the higher end, if they're getting completely effed over by their manufacturer, what they're paying for should be I think it was either $6 or $9. So to go on and sell something like that for $98 in this economy and trying to market it towards everyone, they literally said it's for everyone. And one could argue that means that you could just people who can't afford it can buy it for their whole family. But I think that is really murky then with the way they have worded everything. And then I guess that's another problem. The marketing is just kind of not good, and the website wasn't set up well. The photos weren't shot well. I'm sure this was still a lot of work on their end, but with the caliber of brands and things that they have to go up against, you have to do more, especially for that price point. It's about the price point not matching the quality. It's about the price point not matching the vibes. It's unethical. And then of course we don't have to talk about it, but since when did it become okay just to let people get away with doing things that are unethical? This is why it's been said before that gossiping is good for society, because it stops people from doing things they're not supposed to be doing. And that may be an unpopular take, but I believe in it. Do I think it always is right? Do I think people get carried away? Absolutely. But yeah, there's checks and balances when it comes to these things, and I don't think people are wrong to talk about it. I don't think people are wrong to discuss it. Do I think you need to be mean about it? No, but
have you guys seen the white people drama? It's really good. It's really good in the sense that it's so dumb and simple, but there's so many plot details and new developments that it's just so fun to follow along. And I'm like, wow, I haven't had something to follow along with in a while. So basically, there's this girl, her name is Cecily, and people already don't like her on this app. She's just a basic mom influencer. She makes the Get Ready With Me's. She's really big for being a pastor's wife. She moved from San Diego to Tennessee. And she and her sister Samantha came out with a pajama brand. And the reason why it's her sister-in-law, so her husband's brother's wife, and they're besties. They have the same last name, and they married brothers. Okay, so they come out with this PJ line, and already people are like, okay, these prices are egregious. Who do you think your following base is? And so So the PJs are $98 total or some shit like that. And everybody was dragging them before they even released the PJs, a week before they released them, because they were like, who's going to buy this? You're so out of touch if you think that your rich ass family is the same as everybody viewing your content. And then they make a long 3-minute video being like, sorry, we hear you guys. We love you. We want to make this accessible. We've lowered down the prices to $75 for their pajamas. But because they're $75, that means that we're not going to make any profit off of it, basically, because they use their money to level it out just so people could be able to afford it and buy it and have it for themselves. Then this girl said, okay, she's 4 million followers, but she made this on her account that had 1 million followers. She was like, okay, I am so into PajamaGate. I'm gonna buy these PJs for myself because I am genuinely so curious how this is gonna turn out. But she didn't say anything negative. She didn't say anything rude or presumptuous. She was just curious. And they canceled her order because they saw a video of her saying she was gonna order it, saw her platform, and they canceled the order. Gabby posted a video saying like, why the fuck did you cancel my order? And they're just kind of like, oh, because we saw that you made a Reddit account and you've talked about us in the past and we have reason to believe blah, blah, blah. People have told us you have a Reddit account. And she's like, how would you know that? Like, that's kind of impossible that you would know I have a Reddit account unless I said it myself. So you could already tell they canceled their order because they're scared she's going to say something bad about them and it's going to like cause, you know, sales, whatever. So people are saying, okay, if you're canceling this big creator's order, like you're actually scared of feedback, then we don't want to order because what the freak. But if we take it back to the original video where they released their pajamas and they were like, hey guys, we're so excited, we're releasing pajamas. Somebody commented, who cares? Avery Woods did this with her Mayfair collab in the sweatsuit brand because her PJs came out like a matching set and Avery Woods is like a momfluencer herself. They were 180. But the difference is that's like partnering with Nike. They partnered with a company already and it's like a luxury sweatsuit company. So because she partnered with them, she couldn't control the prices. Whereas Samantha and blah, 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 they're using like somebody else's, you know, they're using their own shipping company and all of that to make their own business. Cecily likes that comment saying like, who cares? Avery is coming out with this. But the thing is, Cecily and Avery are friends. And Cecily has come on Avery's podcast before and they've called each other best friends, like very publicly, like liking each other's content. So this was such an unnecessary dig at Avery. Avery then, that same week, which, oh my goodness, sometimes I am so jealous at how many resources white people have because I don't even know how she pulled this off. Avery partners with a pajama company and it's called Knix or whatever. And she comes out within like that week with a pajama line with them, but it's with a company. It's not Avery making her own pajamas and selling it. And she's selling those PJs for like $60, but if you use the code, it's like $40, which for a matching set, that's pretty good for some luxury pajamas, like $40 or just out of your budget, you know, pajamas. And they're very cute. And she was like promoting them. And it's just like so funny because literally like 4 days before, Cecily liked a comment digging at Avery when it was completely unnecessary. If you want to put a pin in that, because that's just pretty much where it is, Avery has made multiple remarks and just innuendo saying like, I don't fuck with that bitch anymore because why would you do that? Now let's go back to Samantha and Gabby. Samantha is the sister-in-law that came out with the company with Cecily, of course, and Gabby is the creator that just randomly said, I'm going to order these because I'm so curious as to seeing what the quality is. Samantha emailed Gabby after Gabby posted a video being like, why did she just cancel my order? That is so sus after I released this video. And Samantha DMs Gabby being like, listen, I don't even know who you are. Like she literally said it like that. I don't know who you are. So I have no malicious intent to just like cancel your order, blah, blah, blah. Somebody, just a creator, a woman, she did order the PJs and she said that it was incredibly see-through. She could see her handprint through the inner part of like, it was just bad. It didn't come with like a welcome note, a packing slip, nothing. The return policy is so hard. Basically, if you breathe on the pajamas, but you can't return it. This was so dumb. Like, I fully believe Cecily and Samantha are going to be completely fine. They are okay. They are, especially like they're white women. They're gonna be completely fine. But wow, like I feel like I have to give myself like a round of applause for not only remembering all that information, but also I just want to thank the creators of this drama. Like I was bored. I have lots of schoolwork, but I was bored. So thank you for that. Like I was so bored this week and this, like, it's so dumb, but I just love having drama that has multiple follow-ups.
Spirit, we just want to let you guys know that we have lowered the prices to a point where even if we sell out every single item on the website, we will make zero profit on our investment.
This response is disingenuous. It's not truthful. It's not transparent. And I'm so glad that we have the power of TikTok to call people out for these very predatory business practices. I'm going to call it predatory. Before we get started, a few things. This is all speculation. I know nothing about their finances. I know nothing about their business. But what I do know is my experience and my knowledge of manufacturing and pulling items from overseas. Another disclaimer, I am a one-man show. I design, I negotiate prices, I do the intakes, I ship, I do everything myself. Everything I'm about to talk about is from a very, very small operation, which means by default, my prices are going to be much higher than the ones that they have, allegedly. So everything you order from overseas is based off of MOQ, which stands for minimum order quantity. If you're ordering 20 cards from Vistaprint, you are going to get charged one price. But if you order 200 cards, they're going to charge you a significantly lower price per card, right? So the same thing applies with ordering clothing from overseas. I'm going to do screenshots. They are selling the shirt for $38 and the pants for $59 for a combined total of $97 for the entire set. The shirt is just a regular old t-shirt, print on the front and back, multicolor print. The pants are a nylon, I don't know, some kind of mix. All of these are just like, none of their clothes are fancy fabrics. In fact, I'll also put a screenshot here. It says it recommends that you don't even dry them, which tells me they're not even that great of a quality. I went next door to my beautiful manufacturer. I'm blocking out her name because I'm not giving up my manufacturer. I said, hey, can you make these? And she said, of course we can. I said, okay, great. How much? She said, $22 for the adult set. Okay, not $22 for the shirt, not $22 for the pants, $22 for both. Or something from China or overseas, that cost is not your final cost. People call it cost landed or cost shipped, right? So to that $22, we need to add shipping cost. In my experience, my shipping from China is $2 to $3 per item. So we're gonna add $3 for shipping. And then sometimes we have import fees depending on the total order amount. So if your total order is over a certain dollar amount, you're subject to import fees. So that is, we're gonna say 10%. So we're gonna say $250 in import fees. Means a total cost landed for that men's set is gonna be $27.50. Okay? That's fair. There's more fees. There's more fees. So we sell that set online. Let's assume I'm listing it for $97 like they have. We have to get charged transaction fees from Shopify. Credit card fees range. So we're going to go on the high end. We're going to say a 4% fee. That's going to be a total transaction fee of $3.88. So we add that transaction fee, $3.88, to our total product cost of $27.50. Meaning that that total item would cost me $31.38 to manufacture and produce. Okay. Now I'm simplifying it a bit. There are some other fees that go into this, other costs, like, you know, suppliers will sometimes charge a custom print fee. These are probably custom prints. They probably paid to have a designer draw these designs, right? So we're simplifying it a bit. However, sticking to the basic math, the total cost of this item is $31.38. Now, if I'm selling this item for $97, let's take out 97 minus $31.38. That leaves my profit for one outfit, $65.62. Don't come in the comments and tell me, oh, there's all these other fees, right? Of course there are for larger businesses, but $65 profit for one item is absolutely ridiculous, especially considering that we live in a market where Christmas pajamas are a dime a dozen. You can go to Target, Walmart, literally any store you walk into, Five Below has matching Christmas pajamas. So this is not like a novel idea. You can get matching family pajamas anywhere you go. I think the whole point and why this makes people so mad is that they are so disingenuous about it. And it is not like the brand isn't growing value organically. People aren't paying more because it is a coveted item. They are being asked to pay more because someone decided for them this is how much this item is worth, and I don't think it has the worth. Anyway, if you've made it this far, thanks so much for listening. Give me feedback below. Yeah, have a great day.
You're here. Did I spend way too much money on matching family pajamas? Absolutely, I did. We're going on a ski trip with our family in January, and so therefore I also wanted matching pajamas. Let's get into it. First impressions, the launch did not go over how I thought it would. The price was a little shocking. I got my 4-year-olds their jammies. My girls love onesies, so I'm sure they will be very happy about this. Off the bat, they're very soft. I don't love for my kids to sleep in fleece because our house normally stays at like 68. So when they wear fleece, I'm like so worried about them waking up in the middle of the night and sweating. And then they have these little like rippy things on the bottom, but it kind of feels like it's like a sticker. I don't know. This is 6 to 12 months. The size is correct, 6 to 12 months. You have the little tag again with the branding, so everything's consistent there. 6 to 12 months. This feels short. I have an almost 9-month-old. The width feels right. The length feels short, but we'll see. Husband got him a shirt for the men's, size large. Right off the bat, it's very soft. It's very stretchy. It's sheer. Don't love that. You can definitely see the writing on the back. You can see my hand like through that. But if you're sleeping in it, like it feels like a sleep shirt. Like you couldn't wear this out as like an everyday shirt. Definitely not. I got myself pajamas. The shirt and the pants are in 2 separate bags, which I guess that's normal. I don't know. I don't think they sell the pieces individually, so it feels weird that they're in different whatever. It's fine. Here are the pajamas. So I got a size medium because I had no idea what to go off of. From the description, it was like for this particular print, it said like if you're in between sizes, size down. Whereas some of the prints were like size up. It felt a little confusing. And I did not love that they didn't have a size chart. They're stretchy, very, very stretchy. This is an honest first impression, okay? I haven't washed these. I may have an update later. It feels decently heavy. It feels like the In My Sundays pajamas, not as soft, not as soft. It doesn't appear to be sheer. No, it's not really sheer. Maybe slightly, but I do expect that from like white prints nowadays. I feel like you can't find anything that's like a thinner material like this so you don't sweat that's like not sheer. I don't know, maybe I'm just not shopping in the right places. This is a medium. The medium feels very large. I'm glad I got a medium and didn't go with the large. This feels like it's very oversized. I'm 5'1", okay? The pants, I'm just gonna be prepared that they're going to drag the floor. Okay, so yes. So they are long, you can't see them. I have them up to my shoulders and it's hitting me at my ankle. Oh no, they're gonna have to be taken up like a solid foot. They're stretchy. Here's something I do like. I like the tie. In My Sundays does not have a tie. So you're at the mercy of like, if you fluctuate in your weight, you lose weight, you gain weight, you can't like tighten them. So yeah, I do feel like, however, like this is short. I will follow up with a part 2, trying all of these on. My husband also got joggers. So once those come in, I will do a full review. I don't want people to like be up in arms about this thing. I feel like PajamaGate has gotten way out of control. At the end of the day, it's pajamas. No one is forcing you to buy them. I'm pleasantly surprised by the quality. Everyone's saying, oh, the fabric is so crappy. It feels nice to me. It might be different when I wash these. They may shrink up. I have no idea. But right off the bat, like everything feels decent quality, so.
I am not about to pay $500 for the whole family to match, and we're not even matching. Look at this color discrepancy. People who are saying that these are luxury pajamas and that people should just stop complaining about the price because, oh, it wasn't like meant for you, they're luxury pajamas. $98. 93% rayon, 7% spandex. They warn you that your set is going to shrink. Is this product photo giving luxurious? You're telling me they couldn't have just like ironed it first or even like just laid it out straight? Like, look at this. And these product photos, like, they're all over the place. Is this giving luxury? The shirts are see-through. You can literally see the graphic that's on the back of this shirt from the front. Oh, and you want the whole family to match. Well, look at this. The white coloring is completely inconsistent. Like, what? On Reddit, this user pointed out that they also had to change from advertising it as a kid's onesie into a kid's jumpsuit because of the Gerber trademark. But this This really got me. I don't know if this comment is real, but I found it on Reddit, and apparently someone was like, oh, the PJs are cute. I wish they were more affordable though. And then they responded, thank you. We do have an option for Shop Pay on our website if that is something you want to choose, Illy. I don't know who needs to hear this, but do not use Shop Pay's payment plan to pay for these pajamas, please.
So you guys know the pajama drama. I ordered a pair of the $98 pajamas, said I wanted to give an honest review on them since there's all of this craze about them, pointed out the fabric of the pajamas is rayon, my experience working with manufacturers, saying that it's a cheaper alternative to bamboo, da-da-da-da-da. So I placed my own order, spend my own money. They cancel my order, okay? I just wanted to give an honest review. I never said anything bad about the pajamas, never said that they looked bad. I ordered the set that I thought was the cutest. This is Samantha's response to everybody being pissed off that they canceled my order. We canceled one because we were informed the order was placed with intent to post a negative review regardless of the quality of the product. What? I said I was going to give an honest review. I'm so confused. It's defamation and malicious intent. Because I was reading off of your website what you said, the fabric, that's defamation. Babes, Google is free. Do you know what defamation is? Anyways, I'm just in shock. Like, I didn't say anything bad about these pajamas, other than that I thought that they were overpriced and I wanted to give a review and state my opinion. And even if I hated them and I said, these suck, that wouldn't be defamation. That would be an opinion, which I don't think I would have hated them, to be quite fair. The fact that this is the response to them canceling my order, I have no words.
Okay, I have been on PajamaGate TikTok for literally 5 days now. But there's an update. Gabby Egan ordered the pajamas and they canceled her order. Now, I think $98 for pajamas like that is crazy. But I kind of see where they're coming from canceling her order, because in her video, she's saying that she ordered those pajamas because she also wants to start selling pajamas, and she wants to know if that type of material is good quality or not. So, I mean, I kind of understand at like a business side, you know, like why would I want my future competitor to have, you know, it's like plankton with SpongeBob. Like, come on, let's be real.
All right, PajamaGate, from somebody that has owned a business, started a business from the ground up since 2015. So I don't want to get into too much of what I think they did wrong, but I will say this. I think if they would have just let people buy the pajamas, let them figure it out on their own, and just left it alone, they would have come out a whole lot better. Because throughout the years with my business itself, there have been so many times that people have thrown jabs, said things I didn't like, and you just have to let those things go. People will figure it out. They will figure out who you are as a person, and trust me, if you're that true to that person, if they like your product, they like you, you will succeed. You will be a business that succeeds and comes to the top, and you will be the business that makes it. I promise. That's just my opinion. I feel like throughout the years I had struggled with that a little bit, just like competitors and things saying things. I feel like if they would have just let the people buy the pajamas, you know, and figure it out on their own, that, you know, it would have just eventually just fizzled it out. I hate it for all parties involved. Go buy pajamas where you want to. Y'all know I'm a Target pajama lover. I'm not saying I wouldn't buy the pajamas. I don't really care where you buy the pajamas. It is tough to start a business. And if that is your dream and it's been crushed, listen, I'm not here for that. I hate that because my business is my heart and soul, and I poured every ounce of me into it. And for anybody to lose that, I'm not here for that. So that I do feel bad for that. But, you know, you learn from your mistakes. So anyway, just my 2 cents. I hope you guys are having a great Monday, and get you some pajamas wherever you want to. I love y'all. Bye, guys.
Let's talk about PajamaGate. It may just be my FYP, but TikTok seems to be a flutter with this pajama launch from influencers Samantha and Cecily Bauchmann. I have really been watching this whole thing unravel with a bucket of popcorn. It has been such a turning, winding journey. So let's unpack what I believe has been really a PR nightmare for this new company called For the Mems, which that's a whole nother conversation, but let's get into it. Okay, I'm gonna dive into two different pieces here. I wanna talk about just the general issues that I feel like we saw with the launch, and then I want to also dissect their video apology through the lens of a PR consultant. And to be clear, I've actually worked with a lot of retail companies and a lot of consumer brands like this, so I feel pretty comfortable in my assessments. Now, a lot of people have talked about the issues with just like the launch and the branding, so I don't want to like harp too much on it, but I am totally in line with a lot of what I've seen online. I think really what is at just the root of all of this is the product that they've created and are offering, especially at mainly at the price point to which they're offering, does not align with their personal brands. If you're not familiar with Samantha and Cecily Bauchmann, now I don't follow Samantha, but I actually have followed Cecily for a very long time. Their brands, Cecily in particular, are really like about being relatable, like busy moms, and just like very relatable, approachable content. Like Cecily does a ton of stuff with Walmart and Target. Like I would never say her content and her like personal style is like super elevated or high end. So for them to come out with a product that has such a high price point and claim that it's some kind of like very high end experience is very like, it is not a match. The other piece that like honestly stops me in my tracks, and I cannot believe they even moved forward with this company with this component in mind, is the striking similarities to another influencer's brand. The other influencer is Mallory Irvin. If you're not familiar with her, she has a larger platform on Instagram. Mallory was on The Amazing Race. She was like a former Miss Kentucky, and she just is a huge influencer. She released a pajama line called In My Sundays, named after her daughter, whose name is Sunday, probably like a year ago. And her pajamas are very high end, but her brand online is much more like aspirational. She's like doused in designer brands, has some huge gorgeous house in Nashville. And the interesting thing is not only like did she have a very similar company over a year ago, she's also based in Nashville, which they both are. I think they've all like been on trips together and in content together. Like they definitely know each other. So something about it just feels so bizarre to me. If you are a Bravo fan, it's very similar to when Sonia wanted to release a cocktail line right after Bethany had launched Skinny Girl. That is Real Housewives lore, but it's very similar energy. And then on top of that, the For My Mems marketing campaign before they launched was like literally a copy paste of Mallory Irvin's. It is it's embarrassing, honestly, from a PR perspective and just like a business perspective, it's embarrassing. I hate to say that. I would be embarrassed if I was them. Then lastly, from a launch perspective, the website and how their product was showcased on the website was like absolutely so unprofessional. It was like wrinkled, the lighting was terrible. Even like a lot of the lighting on like the content that they're doing to promote the products on their pages is like very unprofessional. And again, this all comes back to the product that they're selling is a very high price point. You have to have everything surrounding that product match. It really is just branding 101, and it just from the start this was doomed basically. So essentially, like from the beginning when they announced and launched this product, people online have just been, unfortunately dragging Cecily and Samantha with a lot of basically what I just said above. Those were a lot of the main reasons. So after like a couple weeks of just absolutely getting dragged online, they ended up posting a video to their social feeds. I'll call it an apology video. I wouldn't go as far to say it really is an apology, but basically a video kind of like addressing a lot of the feedback they've been getting from their fans and followers. And really it was mainly about the price point, but I want to go into basically the nuts and bolts of what I think went wrong from a PR perspective with this video. If you followed me for a long time, I've talked a lot about like crisis statements and apologies and where brands and people go wrong. And this one had quite a bit of missteps. One, what's so important with any crisis statement, apology, is authenticity. People can smell inauthenticity from miles away. And I'm sorry, there's not even anything there's no words I can use to classify this video beyond these two. Particularly Samantha felt the vibe was so off in this video. That is my professional PR assessment. The vibe was off. But you see here, Samantha gotta fix the face. It's like she had this weird smirk the whole time in the video. She looked and felt very annoyed to be there. You could feel it through the video. Like, you have got to fix that. If you can't do it in a video, then you need to send a written statement instead. Like, it felt very off-putting. Next, they go on to kind of explain that, like, we had no experience. We have no idea what we're doing. So this is kind of why we've been having issues. Saying you have no experience is not addressing a problem. It's actually creating more of a problem, because what that's telling me is that you're not taking your company seriously and you're giving me a product that you haven't taken seriously. Like I mentioned, the third point is that they really only addressed the price point. And they had many fans kind of like asking and commenting on other things, like there's kind of a funky refund policy, the quality of the product they were questioning. People are questioning the marketing campaign that I touched on earlier. And nothing else was addressed in the video. You have to really address all the issues that have come up for you if you're in kind of a crisis situation. And I felt like they really missed the mark there. Now, their response to the price questions was they said they're going to lower the price point. Now, I hate to just like drag them for every little thing they do, but from a branding perspective, I feel like lowering the price point is actually signaling to me that you knew your product was overpriced to begin with. And it just feels kind of sloppy from a business management perspective. Again, it's feeling like you had no idea what you were doing and you're not taking this very seriously. I think a better solution here maybe would have been to offer like a discount code to your fans and followers, saying like, we love you guys so much. You support us, everything we do. And with that in mind, we want to offer everyone like a 25% off, code for through the end of the year to give them a try. And we hope you come back. And then the next 2 points have a lot of overlap. Basically, in the video, they go on to say that with this price cut, they're going to take zero profit. And the way they said it, it was super like they have become the victims in this. And they really harp on the fact that like, we're making no profit. We're doing this for you guys. Like, what business exists to make zero profit? I'm sorry, this is just an unrealistic thing. I don't even know if I believe it, because based on what I know from a retail perspective, even with a $75 price point, the product that they have, there's just no way that markup means they're getting no profit out of it unless they've done very poorly in managing that business. So all of that, it really was a turnoff to me. And then they make a comment later in the video about like how people, like they hope people will stop taking time out of their day to shame us online. Again, playing victim in any kind of apology is just a PR no-no. And then lastly, all the comments got turned off on the video. And listen, I've been there. I get it when the comments on a post get so out of control and you're just like, we can't do this. But they should have taken that as a signal that the video that they posted and the apology they gave was not it. If the apology and kind of like addressing the issue had been good, they would not have had the type of comments they had in that video. So anyways, I don't want to be another person who's just dragging these two gals online, but I'd say use this as an opportunity. If you're interested to see how something can go wrong from a PR perspective, this is kind of a case study in that.
So, okay, what did you think about all of that? It was quite interesting to see all the different things that were going on with the pajamas. Like, pajamas I'm wearing, oh yeah. These pajamas I got from the Goodwill, for like, I don't know, $5. They are so cozy. I don't understand, one, who's paying that much for pajamas, and two, who's paying that much for pajamas that are terribly made. So don't be fooled out here. Take yourself to the Goodwill, take yourself to a local store. Sometimes small businesses that are local where you can actually touch and feel the fabrics, those are the better places to get these things. And do not count your thrift stores out. Either way, let me know in the comments below what you thought about what they call the white people drama. But I just think it's just drama in general. It's wild to me that somebody thought that they could, $90 for some pajamas that are under $20 to make? Craziness. Ludicrous. Anyways, so let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel because I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. You know, I'd like to meet that goal. So help me get there, and I will keep bringing you videos as often as possible. Definitely at least 3 times a week. So I'm back, and I've been pretty consistent this past couple weeks. I'm real proud of myself. Pat on the back. Either way, I'm gonna go finish getting ready for bed. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.